All right, here we go again. Buckle up. Rough roads ahead. Let me make sure my sound's coming through loud and clear. Maybe that looks a little bit quiet. No, I guess that's fine. So my back finally released my upper back after like 5 years. I couldn't get the massage to save my life. I couldn't get anywhere until I figured out that they were using disruption technology to block me, which means they would psyop me every time I would try to get to the care. My mom would just drift away before I could get to the care. Again, that comes from 30 years of psychological experimentation by criminals in government and the private sector. So it's bittersweet because it's the first time I can actually feel my back and figure out what might be wrong. Now, there's a lot more massage that has to go on. Uh, I think if I could have got to this point 4 years ago, I would have, probably didn't need anything for another at least few years, and had a good life, not just laying around and taking stupid walks all day because about all I could do. I have no idea what happened last week because my blood pressure, when I scheduled the surgery, I felt great. My blood pressure was down. I don't think my back was released like this, but maybe a little bit. So what happens is when your lumbar goes, it can send signals. This is what's been happening for probably 10 years. It can send signals to your rest of your back to tighten up like you're falling. Uh, but it's a whole different world. So again, I believe the CEO shooter needed massage. He got his surgery, but he didn't get massage unless they put the screws in wrong, which I don't think they did. You actually have to do aftercare. You might need massage, you need physical therapy because his problem probably was that his muscles were too tight. I don't have his MRI or anything like that, and I'm not a doctor, but I think his muscles were too tight. So when he had the surfing accident, when your muscles are too tight, you injure easier. So he may have had that injury, or it may have just been tensed up injury, which means if it would release, the injury would go away. I'm just hoping there's no other spots on my spine. So I got a call in. So it all makes sense, really. I was supposed to move down by 159. I just couldn't get down there. All right. Thanks. So I have to go to pain management and do a little bit more massage. I mean, 61 years old. My brother doesn't understand. I'm only, I'm 60 and a half. So I get 61 from conception. So right, if your lumbar goes, it's gone. You got to do something to fix it. Right. Or he keys in on where it didn't work, the surgery. And again, those are rare if you find a good doctor. Right. And again, if it doesn't work perfect, it's still probably going to be better. The doctor I was talking to in Philadelphia, he says most of the time everything comes right back, and you're back into the swing of things. Right? I mean, there is a percentage of loss. Like one guy complained because he said it was done crooked. Sometimes that's from something else. Like again, muscles. You gotta work the muscles, especially if you were bound up from that for any period of time. You get the surgery, you got to retrain the muscles, so you have to release the muscles. Because he said it was off kilter, it wasn't straight, and his body could have been off kilter, not straight. Right. So again, I just released my back. They just, they did it, and then I put some extra magnesium oil, and it finally released. It took a little bit better. I mean, not 100%, but it's getting there. And so I gotta let it heal and see if it does something. I just have no idea, what they were doing in Amarillo. Nothing seemed to work. Right? I couldn't get there after that. Right? I'm sure I was drugged along the way, but I can't tell you when and where. And it feels like stuff I'm eating, I'm drugged with. But again, it could be a chemical reaction or a allergic reaction or something. Right? but I have been drugged. There's no doubt. Right. That maybe the drug just tightened my body up. Yeah, it's a way to make it look natural. But I do know when I went to this one massage therapist, she was really nice and she was really gentle and she really didn't. I don't know if she wanted to work on me. They were all nervous because I was so messed up. Right. But she's a nice person. I would have loved to have, like, when I saw her, it was like a torment from Satan. I'm like, if I'd have seen this woman 10 years ago, I'd have tried to have been her friend. Now, I don't know if she's straight or gay, but she moved back. I think she was with her parents. She'd been in California. Right. So I'm sure she would have been amenable. Right? And she's like a Florence Nightingale type, and she could have led me forward in life, right? And it would have worked. Right? But when I was seeing her, a black Quest would drive up. See, I don't know if she's part of it or not. I didn't think she was, but a black Quest would drive up and park in the front. And again, that would freak her out, freak me out. But I was so messed up and I'm real, and it could have been that they were drugging me. Nothing would release me. I mean, this time I changed my food. As soon as I changed my food, and again, yeah, I did get massage with it. Boom, I was fine. Not fine, but I'm now in a normal state. And one of the things I say in the God, can I see everything like I used to see it? What's going on? And now I do. Right. But again, you all decided to do something. There's a price to pay for all of that. Mm. That's why hell exists, for people that put people into those types of situations. Again, my curses don't do what your curse is doing. My curses go through God. Right. Satan likes to say my curses are what's happening, but I have parameters on my curses on everything I say. Actually, Satan's tormenting me. I'm going by all the houses I wanted to own on when I was. If I could have made the move to Alabama to a house, I'd have been fine. Right. If I could have gotten to an apartment, and the thing is, they're stalking me, so they make it impossible. Again, they're wielding government power and corporate power, and it's not God's plan. God can only get me so far. Right. Somebody like me is supposed to be taken care of. They really are. I'm at a loss as to what you think's actually going on, all of you. So again, it all opened up. Uh, I wasn't able to sleep. So I woke up. I investigated some of the algorithms and things. Looked around. I think I made one report. Well, this thing alludes to it was not an image of a person. It was one of those anime cartoonish things of a sexual nature, but it alluded to uh, sextortion, like instructing sextortion or something like that. Soliciting sextortion. So I don't know exactly what you would call it. I can't remember what exactly it said, but it was amounted to sextortion. And for some people, it might be a little bit of a turn on some of what's there, but it just leaned too far into sextortion. So I reported it. Well, it might encourage somebody to accept sex extortion, right, and encourage somebody else to do it. That's where I was with it. Well, not much else going on there. I'm trying to figure out, like, Trump is creating friction. Right. Again, the idea is you're only going to do so much. You can only do so much. So why try to annihilate? Uh, Officially, I think you can say two genders, but you have to accept gender dysphoria. Right. Now, if a psychologist finds that not accepting a third gender, like maybe even just a transgender license, well, my idea was back when before was they're not the same as a man and a woman. And there are even full sex change operation trans women that say, yeah, they know they're not women, and they realize they're a transgender woman. So again, that's where we probably should have taken it, and where the court might push it. I don't know. Oh, again, that's dangerous. I forgot about that part of it. Because see, I hear from both sides. Right. Well, because if it says transgender woman on the license, somebody might harm the person. But I guess if it says male and you look like a woman, they're gonna figure it out. Right. Thank you. I think it's for like another 50 years from now or something to decide. Oh wait, that's Advent Health. No, I feel I'm in the medical thing again. They pop me out. Right. They hire people on the inside. Is what they do. I was checking the algorithms out, and then I was trying to see the algorithm. At a certain point, it tried to make it look like it did bring Elon in, but again, it could be Satan's stance, right? Like, not a physical manipulation, but a metaphysical. It tried to bring Elon into it, and it was weird, right? But it just may have been Elon stuff just came up because it's like everywhere on X. Yeah, I'm gonna go the other way. Too long. What's everybody going? Oh, everybody's shopping for Christmas. Poopy. All right. I gotta get some food. I just threw away all the vegetable patties I had. Mock meat and all that. I just threw it away. If I ate that, I had problems every time. It sucks. It was like $20, $30 worth of food. But the thing is, get my back to relax bilaterally. It was relaxing off kilter. Yeah, I shouldn't have been stuck for 5 years in this kind of thing. I mean, no, it's not classic mental illness. They're triggering the physical disability, right, causing pain. It's torture. They know what they're doing, all of you. They're disgusting, piggish people. And then you get somebody freak out and they go out and they shoot them. But at least I'm here, and if I have to go see surgeons, I'm sure it'll be somewhere else, I would think, but it could be here. I don't know. But at least I'm feeling a little better, and I couldn't sleep. I had a pinched nerve, and then s a certain point along the way, it went away, and then I could sleep again. Nah, I've just been pushed too many places, them causing me like, I stopped heavy lifting in the gym, but they kept pushing me to move, and every time I moved, it messed up my back. That's what messed up my back, not the gym. And again, I have to get massage, so if I stayed with massage, I probably would have never left Santa Fe, right? So I never would have moved. Right. Or I would have moved to Albuquerque real quick and been in an apartment. Right. Again, it's the same thing with the car. Go ahead. Guy's got a cane. Like, then was waving me ahead. I said, "No, go ahead. I can wait." Oh wait, I got to go look for the pickup. I purchased some long underwear because it's gonna probably get cold next month, unless we're fully like Oklahoma, and Oklahoma's like Texas now. 'cause this is kinda like Oklahoma weather here this week. So, again, more massage might help me a little bit more, I don't know, but I've been screwed up for a long time, and nothing they could do they would do would release me. So, I was looking to get a massage therapist. I went to a massage therapist in Colorado, and then I got attacked by the law enforcement entity there, and then I just couldn't get back to it. I don't know. I just again, it was, like, right out the back of my hotel too, and God shows me time and time again, when they come against it, you can't get to it. But again, this is one of our problems, and again, the mental health crisis is also a medical health crisis. A lot of people just have pinched nerves, right? But if you're gonna cause my pinched nerve to block my massage therapy, then you'll suffer all of you. And again, I'm metaphysical, I'm not physical. 100%. Alright, let me go figure out where this is. Just drifting around. Well, when you use magnesium oil, it's not like a drugged up thing, but you slow down a bit. I was like, "What's my phone number?" You wait about 30 seconds. "Oh, there it is." Takes a little longer for it to travel through the nervous system. Nah, there ain't no right to do this to my life, man. None whatsoever. I'm probably still blocked. Like, I asked for $2,500 or what I don't even 1,500 whatever it was, I asked for massage therapy. I'd have twice that or 3 times that if they wanted that. That's corruption. That's not free enterprise. That's not capitalism. Alright, so I swore it was over here somewhere. Or unless I'm in the wrong hopefully I'm at the right Walmart. I think this is it. No, because I can feel like at this point now, I can feel the nerve pinch in the lumbar. Right. When it was all jacked up, I couldn't. I mean, it was all tight and screwed up, and my back body was was out of alignment and off this and off that. But nah, I could have had a good life. Could have had a wife. Could have had good health. Right. Yeah, I bounced back in Santa Fe like you wouldn't believe, but then I should have stayed in Arizona, but they may have pulled it off in Arizona. I just came back and felt a connection to Santa Fe. But what happens is because the other people succeed. Oh, it's over there maybe. Oh, pick up. I see the arrow. Because they succeed by me being in Santa Fe, that may be what happened. Like they own you, they keep you there, but they don't give you anything. And they did a lot of like, oh, something's going to happen soon, and then it doesn't. Right. Trying to get you to stalk the woman that looked like she was going to be somebody. Right. All right, I'm here. Essentially, if I'd have relaxed like this, I may have actually done the surgery 4 years ago. Right. I just knew I wasn't right. There was no way to do the surgery the way I was. Right. Lawrence Moore. Great. Thank you, sir. Man, I had all of it. That's great stuff. Make sure they get the right size. Uh, Well, I just needed something for around the house too, you know. Like, the old style. I was buying like the base layer, but meh. So at this point now that it's released, and again, if it were to release 2 or 3 years ago, I would have been able to figure it out then. Right. Again, it's their goal and running the clock on my life like they did. I wonder how busy they are here. It's crazy, huh? Yeah, everybody's off all week, I guess. I don't even know what to eat anymore. It was like my staple. Hmm. What do I eat? You get protein from something. No, I was like relaxed. Maybe not this relaxed, but I was pretty relaxed the day of the surgery. Like I scheduled the surgery, so I don't know. But I keep like what worries me is up on my shoulder blade. There's like a pinch. It feels like a pinched nerve. So I'm worried about because there was something up in my mid back that was a question mark. I'm not sure. Again, I have a series of doctors I have to see. One of them may be able to figure out what that one is. It could still be related to my lower lumbar, causing the other muscles to cinch up. Yeah, I should have been at this point like 10 years ago figuring this out so I could uh, figure everything out. Mm. Thank you, Mary. Yeah, and they did what they did. Again, there's probably metaphysics to it. I don't know. I mean, is Trump real? Maybe he is. I don't know. I never, never sent anybody to contact me in any way, shape, or form. Trying to think of what to eat. I don't even know. Trying to get my sodium down too. I don't know with this much magnesium. I probably need sodium. Right. So yeah, I just remember I'm hearing from like the massage voice that they may be able to work whatever that is out in the near future. Right. Just give it a few more days. I thought there was a. Is there a second hospital here? There's that one. Where's the other one? No, it's not that way. It's got to be. I thought there was two hospitals down here. I should have moved down here. I knew it. I wasted 2 years up that way because I originally moved all my stuff in here, right, on 159th, I think, and Mahaffey, and then ended up in Lenexa. I kinda liked it the first few months, but after that, it just went to shit there. It may have been a setup. Right. I was quiet, it was nice and cool out, the room was nice enough. A little small, but oh, I see, okay. Tell me where to shop. See, I can see again. When I go in my house, it seems like it's haunted, so I don't know if that's ultrasonics or what. They did that to me in Amarillo. My brother, well, I see. That was horrible. And they were psyoping me all around that. I mean, it could have been Satan's dance, but I believe it's physical psyop. So, like, now, if I get gas, it goes the way it's supposed to go, out the bottom. Before it was coming up. It was horrible. I couldn't sleep. That's what's happened in Amarillo. It was horrible. Then when I got to Tyler, it was kinda still happening. I felt a little better, but then, you know, I got all messed up. Right. So all the antacid in the world wasn't gonna work. So it's probably causing a hiatal hernia. So again, I can only humanly do what I can do. Again, if the government's corrupt, very hard to survive, right? Federal, state, and local. But I gotta get to a bunch of doctors and get all this done, figure out what it is. They have that thing called ablation, where they take the 2 nerves in the bottom and they burn them out, and they get it done once a year or something like that. Actually, I spoke to a woman when I was moving into, looking to move into, on Hefner Road. She told me she did it and everything went normal after she got it. I probably needed that 10 years ago. Right. That's what happens when they curse you. Oh, okay. Yeah. You gotta heal the airport. Low flying aircraft meant really low flying aircraft. Yeah, whatever this thing is, Johnson County Executive Airport. Thanks, Larry. Something was gonna have to cause the, something was gonna cause the, airplane to have to circle as I go through the circle. And then it was not gonna make it. But now I see 3 crosses over here. So it was a Golgotha foreman. My whole life's a Golgotha. I wish they'd just stop. They said 25 tells me I went in the military. 25 means something. That's when I went to Korea, I think. Right. Well, that pinched nerve in the back is could just be left over from the entire thing, right? If they soften the tissue, it might work. So this is why my blood pressure was up. 100%. I called the doctor, left a message. Trying to get my urinalysis results. But I already had my blood test done at Menorah. Right. I was looking for a Jewish hospital, but it's not Jewish anymore. But it worked. I mean, the guy was cool about everything. Like I said, both doctors were like, "Well, I'm sure it's benign," and the other doctor's like, "It's not like you have cancer." Because they're not like they can say that kind of, but they were really overt about it. They're not supposed to be so sure, right, until the MRI is done. And apparently, and then my brother said, "Your mom has one." I'm like, "Oh, there it is." Like my mother never treated her stuff. She would just take medicine, like pain pills. Uh-huh. Right. And my brother, when I told about surgery, he's like, "It doesn't always work," but he doesn't understand that, some people like for me, if you get that nerve ping away, fine, we'll work the rest out. Right. Now I'm supposed to be all right. You're supposed to give me money so I can just move into a house and have a normal life for the rest of my life. But do what you want, like you always do. Thank you, Larry. Or I could even rent something where I could survive, right? Instead of people breaking in and playing that game. I'm healing a lot of stuff. I'm just not speaking out. Oh, yeah, so we'll get to the other thing. Elon, his narrative is changing or at least, balancing, and that's what I was getting with President Trump. I mean, President Trump's not there to destroy the gay world, and they should understand that. And I was looking last night at a couple things. Well, I wanted to see if people were being radicalized in the gay world. Well, the radicalization always takes a sexual course, it seems like, or an oppression of sexuality, right, to manipulation of sexuality. Well, like I said, there's a thing called what is it? We call winners' rights or something like that. You get to boast, but again, they use the term govern. When we need to govern, there's limitations on a lot of things. But I think the Senate message, and I think maybe Elon understands a little bit more. Again, there's nothing wrong. He's never been a government guy. He knows he's like I don't know what do you call it. It's not manic depressant. As much money as he has, he doesn't have the depressant side. He's manic spastic. I mean, Elon should realize he's manic spastic by now. But it's just the idea that it's purpose to be the other person. Right. You have to get forward of that stuff. Thank you. But again, I mean, yeah, Trump was at TPUSA, but it's all over, X. And one of the weird parts about X is it's the most effective. If without X, I don't know if Trump could have won, even though it was pretty bad. But buying X was like genius if you wanted to win an election. Right. So again, all that guff about X before is not even, you know, they did the same thing. What the truth about Twitter is the truth about X. Whatever you lean towards, that's what you use the platform for. And I'm not. I'm sure Elon has his government contacts, trying to play that game with us like he's not at all part of it. Oh yeah, I mean they could massage my back and this could all go away, but I'm going to be a realist. Until it does, it doesn't. You know what I mean? Right. They could cauterize those nerves and it can all go away. But until it does, it doesn't. Right? But they don't cauterize the 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 one nerve. They just the one. What it is, your back thinks that you're falling, so it tenses everything up. So it goes from like to a million all day, back and forth. Now I came here. I was a little bit. I was doing okay because I had been moving items around. I got my movement in, and I got a lot of salt baths. Where I was living was a great deal as far as the water bill. It wasn't an individual water bill, so you could do a salt bath every day, and you don't pay for it. You don't pay for the hot water. You just got a standard rate. So I was pretty, I was pretty good. But again, I got moved into an apartment without. That's like at a minimum Satan stance. I got moved into an apartment without a bathtub. Yeah, I mean it's been a blur since I moved here because of their operation and what they're doing to me. I should have moved in here and had Easy Street. I was sitting here. I mean, you saw how much I healed the community. If they let you hear it, that's not all of it. It's just what's online. But I'm glad I hooked up with. Like I couldn't find doctors or anything that felt comfortable. Even the family doctor I have now is kind of but as soon as this morning, I called a couple places, and they look like it's where I'm supposed to be. It's actually I only called one, but I know another something I'm supposed to look up. Now I was close to getting the surgery, but I just couldn't feel right about it. And again, I didn't know I was being psyoped. Right. Pretty busy everywhere, but to go to this one. But I'm not as hungry either now. My appetite shrunk quite a bit. So I should be losing weight. I don't know. Again, at a certain point when your lower lumbar goes, you just got to get surgery. There's like not an option. My brother's sitting there like there's an option. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm gonna go through all this stuff first, but you have to understand, you know. Again, he's part of the problem too. So he wills a lot of stuff. I don't condemn him all, to his face for it, but he's a millionaire. So he wills a lot of stuff and coincides with messing my life up sometimes. Right. Well, it's just they know this when they're running around your life, there's no way to get anywhere. It's not about shutting up. It's not about anything other than destroying their victim. When I was the Marshal Service, I guess Fred Karp has passed on. If I could say his name right. The legend Fred Karp, they messed his back up, and they've been operating him for years. And he was Jewish. They don't like Jewish people. Marshal Service. So I actually focused, like, I gotta make sure that doesn't happen to me, and I was getting my massages and all that, and I was doing well, and then they got in the middle, and then when they caused me to move, that was finished it off. It was already messed up when I moved everything to Dallas. I could tell it was starting something because I was, like, off kilter. My right cheek was bigger than my left cheek. But all I needed was a bunch of massages to release it probably at that point. Right. Again, there's I got cops like in my head, and they're going, well, because it exists, believe me. The reason it's probably screwed up in my apartment is they cursed me out of my apartment so bad, all the demons are in there. So, uh, just- but they're like, look, I know people that had car accidents. We responded. They got emergency back surgery, and they're doing fine. There is, it is a little bit of a crapshoot, but yeah, and it was broken in like 2 or 3 places, and, they fixed it, and they're doing fine. Right. Or not broken, it was, damaged or whatever. Well, stay peaceful, praise God in all that you do, praise God.